Maybe we should eat a snack first, so give us some energy. This is the moment when you should eat your stroopwafel, because in a moment we're gonna need this energy to punch our plate. Welcome to the Heartbit podcast, where we delve into the heart of Bitcoin and uncover the sweet spot for enthusiasts worldwide. I'm Dani, your fellow Bitcoin explorer, and today we are going to be looking at the Cryptotag seed backup system. We received this delivery recently. Let's look what's inside. So the guys at Cryptotag are really cool, and they send you this stroopwafel with your delivery so that you can get some snacks in while you do this difficult work that we will be doing here today, because later on we're going to be hammering our seed into the storage system. So let's set this aside for now, and the thank you letter, and let's see what else is in here. Okay, this looks like a sleeve. Let's set it aside as well for now and see what's in the main box. Okay, what do we have? A setup guide. Okay, oh, I love these. These are so that you can write down your seed, and we're gonna be looking at how to use this in a moment. And this is the setup guide with the instructions. We're gonna be going through all the steps in a moment. This is really cool. It has all the words right here, so you can find the number that corresponds to your word right here. You don't have to go searching on the internet for anything. All you need is your list of words. So we'll look at that in a moment. Let's see what else is in the box. We have a puncher. This is great. We're gonna be using it to punch our holes. Let's put it over here for now. And we have the Cryptotag. Awesome. This is wonderful. Okay, let's open it up in a minute, and let's look what else is in the box, and we'll open it up in a minute. Okay, so we have this. I don't know what this is. Looks like matches. I'm not sure what this is for just yet, but we'll figure it out in a moment. And some earplugs. I'm guessing this is for when we're hammering down, so we don't hurt our ears, which is kind of sweet. I think that's cute. The most important pieces of material that we have here are these three things. The Cryptotag, let's open it. Let's see what's inside. Okay. This is very beautiful. Here are our two plates. We are going to be etching our mnemonic seed into these plates. If you are still confused about what a seed is or what a private key is, then I recommend you check out some of our other videos. For today, we're just gonna focus on how to etch our words into this specific tool. So let's assume that we've gone to our favorite wallet, and the wallet is asking us to back up our seed so that we can do a recovery in case we lose our wallet. My recommendation is that before you send any money to your wallet, you do the process of backing up the seed, and then you delete the wallet and you recover it from your backed up information to make sure that you're sending money to the location that you have actually backed up. Okay, so let's take a look at the conversion sheet. This is called a conversion sheet because the idea is that we are going to convert our seed words into numbers. There's 2024 seed words, and each one of those has an indices starting at 1 and going to 2048. So what we want to do is that we want to take our mnemonic seed and we want to look up each one of those words in the book, and we want to write down the number that corresponds to that word in our conversion sheet. And then once we have the numbers, we're going to etch those numbers into our Cryptotag. So let's put this aside for now, and let's focus on our conversion sheet. So I know what the matches are for now. Once we have this all filled out and we've etched it into our Cryptotag, we are going to want to destroy this piece of paper because anybody can steal our funds from the information on this sheet. So once our information is safely stored in our Cryptotag, we are going to want to destroy this with the matches that they have so kindly sent us. So first, let's fill it all out, and then we can work on etching them onto the tag. I have a little cheat sheet with the mnemonic seed for the show. Here in the show, if you've been watching, you'll know that we always use the same private key. So this is our private key. You're going to have your own, but I'm going to go through the process with our private key, and then you can follow along with your own words. It's very important that you don't share your secret with anybody. Your private key is sacred, and it's the method you use to unlock your funds, so you never want to share it with anybody or take photographs or write it down in any digital device, because then you are vulnerable to your seed being discovered by other people and your funds being stolen. Okay, so let's assume that you have your wallet and that you have your seed ready. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of paper and we're going to write down all of the words that belong to our seed into each box. The mnemonic words are special. Every single word is unique after 4 characters. So really, you don't have to write down the entire word. You only have to write down the first 4 characters of each word, and that will be sufficient for you to find the correct number in the book. So I'm going to write the first 4 letters of each one of my words into the spaces. Another thing that I want to note is that in the piece of paper, the numbers go down. It's the same in the Cryptotag. So when you fill out this document, you want to make sure to go down the columns instead of row by row, because if you do that, you will have stored the words in the wrong order and you won't be able to recover your funds correctly if you do that. So please make sure to go down the columns. Okay, so we've written the first 12 words. Now we're going to go to the back of the card and write the other 12. So instead of writing something like kangaroo, I can just write kang. So once you've written all 24 words, we can move on to the next step, which is find the numbers that correspond to each one of those words. It may seem a little confusing, like why we have a private key that is a number, and then we have words that represent that number, and then we have indices that represent those words. But the good thing is that you don't have to worry about any of that. All you have to make sure is that your information is documented correctly, so that when you restore your key, that the information comes out correct. The device will take care of all the mathematics involved to restore your private key from this set of words. Now that we've written down all of our words, we can put a little cheat sheet away. And we can go on to look for the words inside the book. So my first word is icon. So I'm going to go in the book and find the word icon. So there's one thing that you want to be careful about. You want your numbers all to be 4 digits. So if you have a number like 12, you're going to write down 0012 because you are going to fill in the zeros in the front of each number. So for example, my first letter is icon. The word icon is number 899. So we are going to write the number 0899. And then the next word is elite. And elite is the number 577. So I'm going to write 0577. The good thing is that the book already has the zeros. So if you need to write a number that has less than 4 digits, it'll be okay. The book will remind you to include the zeros, because as you can see, the word absorb, which is number 7, is already 0007. So you just want to make sure, do it exactly how it is in the book, and that way your seed will be backed up correctly. Okay, so then the next step is to fill out every single number, and be very careful not to make any mistakes, because if you back it up incorrectly and then you try to recover your funds at a later date, you won't be able to return to the same wallet that you sent money to. So you really want to be very careful, and that's why we're going to take it step by step so that we don't make any mistakes. Blanket. It's actually blanket, but all we really need is the blan, which is 187. So that would be 0187. So I'm just going through each word and looking for it in the book and writing it down. It just takes a moment of patience. Okay, I've done all of the first 12 words, and now I'm going to reverse it and do the last 12 words. I'm sharing our private key with you because we actually don't have any funds in this wallet. This wallet is just for experimentation. But you have to be very wary of sharing your private key with other people. You might want to double check these numbers after you've written them down once, because once we're going to use this piece of paper to etch them into the metal, and once we do that, if there's a mistake, it's going to be stamped into the tag. So you're going to want to double check that the numbers that you've entered into your conversion sheet are correct. Okay, and forget. It's funny how our last word is forget. Forget. 0731. Okay, we are done writing down all of the words into our conversion sheet. This is what it should look like now. Once we have written down all of our word and numbers in our piece of paper, in our conversion sheet, that means we are ready to start working with the Cryptotag. However, what I like to do is, instead of going straight to the puncher, we first go to the Sharpie and mark all of our dots, because if we make a hole, there's no going back. So the first step is going to be, we're going to grab our Cryptotag, we're going to check the number 1, because there's 2 plates, right? So we want the one that's numbered 1 through 12 first. And we're going to take our words and we are going to start with a marker. Our first word is icon, and it's the number 0899. So we are going to start with the group of boxes at the top left corner, which is the first column, first row. And we are going to start with the number 0 in the first set of numbers 0 through 9. Then in the second one, we're going to mark the number 8 and then the number 9 and 9. So when you're done with the first word, it should look something like this. And then we're going to move on to our second word. Our second word is elite, and it's the number 0577. And then it's going to be blanket, 0187. So our first set of etchings should look something like this. And we're going to go through every single word just like that. Oh, I made a mistake. I wrote 0 in the first box. So I'm just going to make a bigger dot. That way there's no confusion as to which one it is. This is what my plate looks like when I've completed words 1 through 12. Okay, so now we're going to turn our paper over and we are going to do words number 13 through 24. Let's see. I'm just full of Crypto Cloak stickers because we recently got this awesome grenade from them. So I have lots of stickers at the moment. I love CryptoCloaks. If you haven't checked it out yet, go support them, buy something, decorate your room with your Bitcoin pride. Okay, we're done marking with the Sharpie. Now that we're done marking with the Sharpie, I'll show you. These are my 2 plates. This is what your plate should look like. Let's do one review. So for example, word 13 should be 1, 2, 2, 2. It's this word. 1, 2, 2, 2. So that's kind of what yours should look like when you're done, but with your own words and your own numbers. So once we're done with this step, we're ready to destroy our piece of paper. We're not going to do that just yet. Let's just set it aside for now. For now, our next job is to punch it. So for this, we're going to need a hammer. But unfortunately, this table is made out of glass. So we're not going to be able to punch on this table. We're going to move to the floor behind me where I have some boards that I can use to punch everything in. But don't worry, you're going to come with me. So let's get punching. Maybe we should eat a snack first. So give us some energy. This is the moment when you should eat your stroopwafel, because in a moment we're gonna need this energy to punch our plate. And this stuff is delicious. Excuse me. Wonderful. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we're ready. Instead of going to the floor, I found this wonderful desk that we can work on. It's very sturdy. You want to find somewhere sturdy or the floor to work because you have to hammer quite hard. Okay, so we're going to do it right here because it's a great spot. You can see it very well. You can see the plate. You can see all the markings. And we're ready to get started. So, first, we're going to go one by one. This is when you're supposed to put your earplugs on. Let's try it. Let's see how hard we gotta hit this. Perfect. These things, they have some give. So when you press down, you want to press down until there is no more give. So you want to hold it hard down and then big hammer. Perfect. That's awesome. Okay, next. I'm gonna hold it down and big hammer. Hold it down and big hammer. And just like that, we're gonna go one by one, hammering them down. Be very careful. See, mine just moved because I got a little distracted. But the punch came out fine. But you're going to be very careful. You got to hold it tight and be fearless. Be fearless, girls out there who are listening to me. Be fearless. And the boys, well, you're already fearless. All right, let's keep on going. Let's put up my froggies here. See, in Bitcoin, us, the Bitcoiners, we're all plebs, and we're represented by little froggies. So this is my little pleb froggy. He's gonna be here with us while we stamp. Just like that, we're etching our sovereignty into a piece of steel. You know, something that you can do at home that I didn't do is that, yes, they are numbered 1 through 24, but you don't have to follow that order. You could etch your words in whatever order you want, as long as you remember the way that you did it. This would, even like if an attacker found your recovery, it would take them a little bit longer to figure out your seed phrase if it's not in the correct order. It's a little trivial, but it might help. But have this in mind. More people lose their funds by losing their wallets and their recovery data than they do by being robbed. So really what's important is that you make sure to back up your wallet correctly. So you are able to recover it, because you are at a greater risk of losing your funds because of your own negligence than because of somebody stealing them from you. So just, your private key is your most valuable possession. Protect it accordingly. That one scratched a little bit out, but we're okay. It's just hard to hold it. So just hold it tight. When that hammer is going down, hold it tight. Don't let that hammer move you around. It looks a little bit subtle, but it's not subtle at all. Like, these holes aren't going anywhere. And millions of years from now, as long as the world is still here, you will be able to read this plate. Okay, now we're on to the second column. And this is why you want to check your work before you start hammering. Because once you're hammering, like, there's no going back. You won't know if you made a mistake. As you can see, you don't have to lift up the hammer super high. You can hold it right here. Just let it come down hard. The bounciness is hard to control, so make sure you're holding it tight even after you hit it. So we hit it and we still hold it tight. See, that one was kind of weak. It still makes a hole when you're weak, but it's better to, like, make sure you get a good jab at it. There we go. Okay, we did one plate. This is the first plate. We're done with the first 12 words. Now we're gonna move on to the second 12 words. It doesn't have to be super precise, but I am trying to make it so that the hole is in the center. What you really want to make sure is that there's no confusion between, like, neighboring numbers. I think it's time for more stroopwafel. It's time for more stroopwafel. Let's see. Almost done. 6 more words to go. Or 4, 5. And that's it, folks. That's it. It is punched. Whew. We did it. We finished. We etched our mnemonic seed into our Cryptotag plates. But you haven't just etched words on steel. You have etched a testament to self-sovereignty, to financial freedom. Okay? This is your key to unlocking unconfiscatability and privacy. Okay? So let's take a look at them. And now we're going to secure them. So we put them together like this, and we put our little pins back on as such. There we go. And then the one on the other side like this. And we are golden. You should stay tuned and watch one of our other episodes where we show how to recover your wallet from your mnemonic seed. And we're going to use one of our backups to make it happen. Now it's time to destroy our original paper note. So with this conversion sheet, Luca, come here. This is my dog. He's a cutie. And the reason why we don't keep our seed backed up just in this piece of paper is because the dog might eat it. So should we give it to the dog? No, he doesn't know what to do with it. We are going to securely dispose of it by lighting it on fire. Not here in the office, but somewhere else. Be very careful when you're doing that, especially if you're outside, okay? And, we are going to open the last item in the package, which is this awesome sleeve, so that we can store our crypto tag in our sleeve and keep it safe. Now we can sit back and relax, eating our stroopwafel, knowing that our funds are safe. See you on the next one.